Hello everybody, it's June Angel Pews. Come to you again tonight with a video. This time it's a couple of orders actually. Was it one order or two? They came together, I believe, yes. So it's one order and some wonderful goodies that have sent to me as well. Excuse me, I've got a silly little cough today that's driving me mad. I've got a drink next to me, but it might become annoying, so I hope it's not too bad for you. So I hope you're all okay, and this gorgeous little lot here is from VILMA. VILMA is Teacup and Roses on YouTube. And she has a Facebook page where I think I got this mini kit, the mini book kit that I'm about to show you now. But if you go to her on YouTube, you know, you'll find out all the information if you want to buy anything from her. She's a marvellous, well, I'm absolutely intrigued with her because she does my sort of thing when it comes to little bits and bobs, you know, and bits to sew, small, and lots and lots of things. I just love it, I really do. Now, VILMA comes from Santiago in Chile, so it's a long way away. Please go to her site and look at her her craft room. Well, I don't know whether to call it a craft room. It is out of this world. It is so beautiful. Every little detail that she's got in her room. I don't quite know what she calls it. I can't just remember. Just thinking. No, doesn't ring a bell. But it's well worth looking at. I couldn't stop, and I kept rewinding and putting it on pause and having a good look. You know, I would just want everything that's in there. It's gorgeous, honestly. I first saw this by watching Jeanette's YouTube, Scrapping Happy XO. Hello Jeanette, how are you? Please go along to Jeanette's because there are several different of these little kits, and I'm sure Jeanette's will be different to mine. So let me just start. Now I've had this a little while now, and I'm not 100% sure what came with the kits and what was goodies. So I will try and say this is what came with the kit, but you know, I may be wrong, so bear with me, won't you? Okay, so this little book is here. This is how you start off. Again, I presumed you actually was given the material and you put it together and stitched it yourself, but you don't. VILMA does this for you, so that's smashing. You can choose different sorts of cloth, and I chose this one, and this was really, really fraying, which I don't mind at all. I love it tatty, but it really was fraying. I thought there'd be nothing left of the book if I leave it. So I did go around with a very, very fine tip, you know, the tiny tip. Now somebody was using them the other day. Who was it? Was that Jeanette? I think it might have been. Very tiny tip, and they're in little bottles, and you can transfer whatever glue you're using into these bottles, and they're gorgeous. So I went all the way around both sides, and so that's all safe now. It's not going anywhere. And then she does these books looking at the different materials and texts. That reminds me, Shilpa. I was thinking about you the other night. I've no idea why, but I was. And it made me think about, do you remember the box that you won? You had a lot of fabric napkins. I meant to say to you, the reason I have such a lot of them, and I use a lot, I use them for the basis, the pages of fabric books. You know, so you've got a lovely basis for your books. And these just reminded me, I think that might have been a napkin, you see, to the edging. So you can cut them up, you can leave them as the size that they are. So, yes, that'll be interesting to see what she does with a lot of the things she got. So, hi Shilpa, hope you had a lovely Christmas. And you, Vilma, I hope you did as well. Unless, I don't know whether you do celebrate yours on the 25th of December like us, or is it later on like Natasha? So, here's the middle of the book where Vilma stitched it, and then there's a little bow on the back, and that's it. That's your book. And then comes a little bag with, for a start off, dozens and dozens and dozens of little... this must take hours and hours to sit and find all these things, to cut them up if they're not already cut, and I doubt if they are. Whether she's got help doing this, I don't know. But these are... Sorry, I'm a bit near the camera with my voice. These are all the little bits and bobs. I won't spend time with these, but just to give you an idea. This is just one little polythene bag, and everything is different. There's no sort of duplicates, or they're very rare. You'll find a duplicate. Look at that tiny little trim, look. Minute. Lots of beautiful flowers. And then, you know, they're not cheap, tatty ones. They're really lovely quality. Tiny, tiny crocheted motifs. Tiny bits of bling. And there's beads, and there's buttons. And I mean, that's a glass button. And that really is vintage. It's gorgeous. I love it. And you'll find when I show you the fabrics, it's all vintage, or most of it is vintage. I would say all of it, to be honest. There's lots of bead caps as well, you know. It's another little button. Don't know whether that's vintage or not. And that's just one little tiddly bag. There's a bundle of fibres here, and again, very unusual. Very different. So that's those. You can choose your images up to a point, and I chose, because I particularly liked this lady. Lovely. So I chose them, and they are printed beautifully. The quality is exceptional. And the paper is very good. And I do know my paper. Believe you me, I've printed a lot. And sort of transferred images and, you know. And then we've got lots of things. There's the chandelier with some text. Little rose. Isn't it gorgeous? Another rose. As I say, you know, you sort of give the indication that's the one you want. Lovely. And then there's what looks like a dictionary page. I don't know what language it is. It's something to English. Holgora, to be well off. Holocaust. I wonder if it's Spanish. You ladies will tell me, won't you, seeing these? I don't know. And then a beautiful, beautiful page I say beautiful. Look how it's crumbling. And the yellow, I love it. Now, because it's in such a fragile state, I will paint this over with acrylic wax. I haven't got the bottle with me, but I use acrylic wax for loads of things. And some of the projects I've got in my mind upcoming over the next year, I'll be using acrylic wax a lot. It's a liquid and it's very, very good. It'll preserve this paper. It'll give it a slight sheen, which I like, which you can buff up to make it really shiny. Oh, excuse me, I've just noticed my own rings. Look, I'm having a bit of a giggle today with these old hands, look. I thought I will bombard you with bling. Oh, that feels so uncomfortable. I wouldn't wear that on my thumb. Feels horrible. And then look at this. Have you ever seen anything like that? This was from Primark, which is your oh, what's it called, that you American ladies love because it's so reasonable. And it's glass. Lovely facet on it, isn't it? Can you imagine the price? So yes, I put those on for a bit of a giggle with you tonight. Right, so that's the paper bits. There's a little flower I've just found. And then there's a bunch of flowers. And these are gorgeous, they really are. There's so many different sorts. See? Lovely. And then we start on, and I'm going to be really quick with these because there are hundreds of little pieces in here, and if I try to show you them, you know, to the camera, etc. I mean, you know, that's just one little piece. Look at that, isn't it fabulous? You literally, you get hundreds of these pieces of lace, doilies, crochet, tulle, gathered laces, sparkly laces, crochet again, different colours. There are, oh, it's just unbelievable. As I say, I don't know where she gets them all from, but I sort of imagined her sitting and cutting everything up. Some were very creased when they came, and I have ironed everything so you could see the beauty of these fabrics, because I'm presuming, and I think it's great, that she washes every single item before she sends it, cuts it up and sends it out to us, so that's super. So as I say, some of them were badly creased and you wouldn't be able to see the beauty of the items, so I did I sat one evening and just whizzed the cloth, the iron across each piece. So I hope you're getting a little look at this. You'll want one. I mean, I did the minute I saw Jeanette's. I thought, oh, I've got to have one of those. Have you done anything with yours yet, Jeanette? I bet you haven't had time, love, have you? She's been so busy. I think we all perhaps did a little bit too much last year. The one or two people I've spoken, certainly my Skype sisters, one or two of them have agreed with me that we've tried to do too much, and that we're going to slow down a bit this year and go back to really enjoying, not letting, craft shouldn't be, you know, a chore, and you've got to rush it to be able to get it off for a certain time. It should be something you really want to do and enjoy doing. So, and several of my YouTube friends have agreed with me, and they're going to do the same. So if ever, I mean, I don't agree, well, I don't believe in making resolutions, but if that's what you want to call it, isn't that great? I love that. That's my resolution for this year, is just to slow down a bit and start enjoying the crafts that I do. I do enjoy them, don't get me wrong, but you know, with me not being 100% health-wise, I was sort of pushing myself a bit too much. So, and I want to be able to send out more handmade things to people. You know, when I send out the racks, the little boxes, send out to my subbies, I want to be able to send something handmade with it. I mean, I've got lots of things that I made years ago, but of course they're quite old-fashioned. So look at these, they're lovely. So there you go. I mean, I could go on, but I'm not going to, because you know there are hundreds and hundreds of them. These I can't remember, because they're quite big pieces. I can't remember whether they came as part of the kit or whether they were extras that VILMA has sent me. Thank you very much, VILMA. I couldn't believe what you'd given me. I mean, there's just loads and loads and loads. Some smaller than others. Some whole, complete doilies. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a big piece here. This came as an extra, I know. There's lots of quite simple, primitive almost, embroidery. Whether this was children that have made that, I don't know. And then on this, I don't know what it means. If somebody can work it out for me. It's a big, long piece of this sort of canvas, but it isn't canvas. I can't think of the name. Big, long piece, about 2 foot. And on it it says, "Keep me going and I'll do your sewing." Keep what going? Do you know what I mean? Keep me going. So I don't know what that was. Very interesting. A load of, these tassels, short tassels. I love them. Be able to do some fabulous things with these. Great, a bag full of them. Aren't they gorgeous? They're in beige, light tan, darker tan. Wonderful. Love them. There's a flower. I'm sure that was an extra. This flower is gorgeous. I love it. Love the way she's done it. All vintage. None of this is... well, I can't think of anything here that I've showed you so far that is modern. It just isn't. This is the flower. As I say, it starts off with a doily cut from a tablecloth or bedspread or something. Then a beautiful, beautiful pale pink fine lace. Then some lovely fibres. Can you see those? More fibres there, which I've got a little piece of, I'm sure, yes. Ooh, that's great, isn't it? These are the ones that I say when you go anywhere and you see odd balls in shops or exhibitions, wherever you're going. Pick them up, because you'll always find a use for them. Just in this sort of thing, it'd be wonderful. You'll never regret it. Then there's another doily on the top of that. And then another 2, pink and cream. And then this bead in the middle. Isn't that fabulous? I really love that. One of the orders, separate to this mini book, was this wall hanging. It's got the chain, and I think they're the Tim Holtz hangers, aren't they? You just push into the canvas if that's what you're using, whereas I think this one, it might be a canvas. See, Vilma's put a teacup and roses. Did I tell you that? I hope I did. She's teacup, yes I did. And then she's done all these little art tiles. Aren't they fabulous? Look. No, all them have been covered in the, I can't think what it is. You know what I mean, don't you? Sorry about the glare. I'm here again in the evening. Gorgeous. Bingo card with a rose. Telephone. Roses. Wing. My wonderful wing on top of the music. Gorgeous. Love it. And then there's black lace on the bottom. Isn't it lovely? I love it. Thank you very much. All this came in little bags. There's that one, the white bag with this lovely little image of birds. Oh, I love my birds. They're being very picky at the moment. That's just a lovely letter, little note. You see how she finishes everything off? It's absolutely lovely. Lovely blue flowers with the Eiffel Tower, especially for you. Yes, I feed my birds. I feed them a mixture of peanuts, suet bits and mealworms. Do you know they're going through every bit of the mealworms and the suet bits and not touching the peanuts? They're picking all the way around them. Honestly, they're so crafty. You know, they think, oh, we'll just have the expensive stuff. But I have to feed them. I love my birds. And then, to top all this off, and as I say, I haven't shown you honestly half of it. It's 22 minutes, so I've got to go because it's going to go off any minute. There is loads of big pieces of this sort of thing. Crochet again. Crochet again. Look, sort of the edging from a hanky. That sort of thing. Oh, it's just stunning. I'm so delighted. You can't, honestly, I can't tell you the fun I'm going to have with this. Look at that. So thank you so much, Vilma. I would recommend anybody to buy a kit from you. And she does also a little matchbox. You want to see the work she puts into that. It's amazing. So please go to her website. Send her a little bit of love for me if you would.